What is going on, you guys? This is Tech HD coming at you with a brand new video, and I'm super excited for this video because finally, after over a month of really trying to get a hands-on one, I finally got a PlayStation 5. I went with the all-digital version. I know you guys are really struggling to trying to get your hands on one, whether it's Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, all over the place trying to get one. It has been really difficult, and I'm constantly stayed overnight, waking up really early, trying to see if they go live. It's only online only, not in stores. It's really crazy, so keep on trying, guys. Hopefully you guys get a hands on one. But finally I got my hands on one. I went with the all digital version. That one's $3.99, and then the regular disc version is $4.99. So we're going to be unboxing this. This is going to be basically my first impression, unboxing it, setting it up, see what it comes with, the features, stuff like that. And then later on in about a month or so, I'm going to be giving you guys my overall review of it and what I overall think of it, and if it's really worth to purchase or not, like I did with the Xbox Series X. I'll link down in the description below for that one as well. But let's go ahead and dive right in. I got my overhead shot, my B camera all set up. Let's go ahead and take a look on what's inside this. Okay, so before we get into the actual box, we got the 8K support. We got 4K 120 Hertz. That's only if you have a monitor or a TV that supports HDMI 2.1. So basically the Sony X900H supports it. All of the LG OLEDs 2020 models support it. One of the Vizio OLEDs support it now. And there's no monitors from what I know of that supports HDMI 2.1 4K 120 Hertz. We also got HDR and disc-free console. Like I said, this is the digital version, so there's no disk drive, nothing like that. Let's go ahead and dive right in it. And 825 gigabytes of storage, so not a full terabyte. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Okay, so right off the bat, once you open it up, you got the PS5 controller, the DualSense controller. You also got a cable, and you got some documents. We're gonna be taking a look at that in a minute. Okay. Woo. Here we go. Ooh, okay, this looks super nice. Okay, so before we get into the actual PS5, let's show you guys what this all comes with. So the first thing that we got is the quick start guide. All right, very nice. And then we got the power cable right here, as well as we have a USB to USB Type-C cable. This is to sync up your controller and to charge it and all that. And then we got an HDMI cable, as well as we got the stand piece to be able to do it horizontally if you want to do it that way, or if you just want to leave it vertically as well. We got that, as well as on the bottom we got the tool and the screw. And then of course we got the new PS5 DualSense controller, and honestly this controller feels pretty nice, very similar to an actual Xbox One controller. I really like how much larger it is. It's much more comfortable on the hand. First thing I see, a little bit of texture, which is really nice. And if you look really close, you can see the actual square, circle, triangle, and X on the controller, which is super dope. But for the most part, pretty comfortable. I can't wait to really try this out. And then finally, we have the PS5. So of course, this one's a lot slimmer because it is the digital version. I personally like that more. It looks a lot cleaner. It doesn't look like that there's a bump on the side or anything like that. But the major thing that we got right here, we got a USB 3.0 port as well as a USB Type-C port. And then on the back, we got two USB 3.0 ports, an Ethernet port, as well as HDMI and the power. Other than that, everything else is very nice. And then on the bottom, you have some of the information as well as the screw-in piece. So you can see right there, I literally just took off the cap right there, and we got the screw-in piece for the vertical mounting, and nothing really on the top as far as just ventilations, stuff like that. And there are indicator lights. And I also forgot to mention that on the bottom we have the power button, which is really nice. As well as over here, you can see that you have the triangle, square, X, and circle. So that is where you could align the actual stand piece to make it horizontal. All right, so to give you an idea real quick on how to set up the stand piece to make it horizontal, we're gonna just turn this base. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna align it as well with the squares at the end. Kind of can't really see. I'll show you guys another view of it. Basically, that's how we're gonna align it. And then that's basically it. Super simple, nothing too crazy. It's not wobbly or anything like that. It's just a really interesting ergonomic look. But for the most part, that's basically about it. Alright, so now that I showed you guys everything, I'm going to be showing you guys the setup process, hooking it up, all of that, and then we're going to see how really long it takes to set up, as well as if it boots up really quick, just like the Xbox Series X. Alright you guys, so now I have the PS5 all set up in my living room on the TV, so now it's time to set it up. Let's turn this bad boy on. Ooh, very clean. Let's see what we gotta do as far as setup goes. Oh, that looks super dope. Oh, nice. I really like the animation that they offer. Okay, so it's telling me that I need to connect the controller to the PS5 to set it up. Alright, so now I have it set up. I press that button. I'm gonna click English, US. I think I should be able to disconnect it now. Now we're gonna be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. Alright, so now we're all connected. Now the circles should fill the screen without showing black borders. If the circles are cut off or you see black borders, press the up and down to adjust them. Good, now adjust the PS5 HDR settings to optimize the video quality of the games. Press the up and down button to adjust the brightness until the symbol is barely visible. Barely, let's see. Right around there. And then same thing if it's barely visible. Basically there. And then same thing here. Right around there. We're gonna optimize experience, of course. We're not gonna do low power use or anything like that. We're gonna optimize that. Yes, I agree. And then we gotta update this, so now we're gonna do that. Hopefully it shouldn't take that long. I mean, 868 megabytes. Saying it's taking roughly a minute, so nothing too crazy. Alright, so now we're back in it. Go ahead and turn on the controller. A new version of the wireless controller is also available. Alright, connect your controller to the USB and then select update now. So now let's update the controller. Updating that now. So now we're updating the wireless controller. Do not turn off the PS5 or unplug the controller. Restarting your controller, do not unplug it. Alright, now we are all set up. So now I'm able to unplug the controller. And now let's sign in. I'm gonna sign in manually. Alright, so now adjusting the privacy settings by choosing a profile, social and open, we got team player, we got friend focused, solo and focused, and then review my current settings. I'm just gonna do social and open, that's fine. I'm gonna apply that, that's fine. Confirm and continue for data collection, don't mind that. Secure your account, set a passcode to so that other people can't log in to you. Okay, and then required password. So now we're gonna do a two-step verification. So we're gonna do a text message, gonna enter the phone number, and we're gonna transfer data from your PS4. So quickly finish configuring your PS5 by bringing over your users, games, and save data from the PS4. If you want to do this later, you can transfer just the games and save data from the settings and in the system. So we're going to do that later, not at the moment. Welcome to the PlayStation 5. Alright, so now we have everything all set up. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to do. Okay, so now before we get started, I do want to go into the settings to mess with the best quality that I could get. So now let's go into the screen and video. We're going to do the video output information. I want to see what it's receiving. Seems like it's receiving 4K and then a YUV42 420 color format, and then 2.3 HDCP. 4K HDR is not supported, and it is supported. That's interesting. Okay, so we're gonna mess with that. Available frequencies for 4K. Let's see what we could do as far as that goes. I'm gonna do the resolution. We're gonna go to 2160, and then adjust the transfer rate for 4K output. If your screen flickers, try selecting -1 or 2 to limit the transfer rate. We're gonna keep that automatic. Since for some reason it doesn't support HDR, but I know my TV does. And then we're gonna do automatic in deep color, and then we'll do automatic in the meantime, but for the most part, I recommend doing full. And then we're gonna see why it's not letting me do any HDR functionality. Okay, as well as for the sound, I do have a soundbar, so I wanna mess with that as well. I wanna make sure that my output device is HDMI device. And then we have the HDMI device type to be TV, switch output device automatically, that's good. If we go all the way down, I want the audio format to be bitstream and to have it be Dolby. So now that's swapping out. Now my soundbar is set to the Dolby output. And then volume and everything is correct. Now the other major thing that I want to do is, if you do have a capture card, like an Elgato capture card, disable HDCP. Some of the apps, of course, will not work that requires HDCP, but in order for you to use a capture card, you will need to disable that, so bear in mind. Alright you guys, so now that I have the PS5 all set up like I did in the last video on the Xbox Series X, the last thing that I want to do is show you guys how quickly it boots up. So let's see how quick it is, if it's as quick as the Xbox Series X or if it's just a tad bit slower. So literally the Xbox Series X was like 1 second. It was really quick as far as sleep mode goes. Now the PS5, it seems like that it has to go through that animation sequence, but for the most part, still relatively quick. And then we press the button for the controller, and then we sign in. That's about it. Pretty quick, nothing too crazy. I do like the user interface as far as the PS5 goes, a little bit different than the Xbox Series X, using that same user interface. The other major thing that I do want to specify is, I said in the last part that there was no HDR support on my TV. The major thing is that keep in mind of your TV, because certain inputs only support 4K HDR. So like for example, my Sony X900F only supports 4K HDR at the maximum bitrate 18 gigabits per second on input number 2 and number 3. So 2 out of the 4 inputs only support those speeds. So keep in mind on which ones, which input you have your PS5 connected to. So now, since I swapped out the inputs, if I go back into my screen and video, now I have HDR set to automatic. And it was doing a little bit of flickering, so I had to set it to -2. But now I have HDR support at 4K. Everything is now working, and we are all set. So there you guys have it. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have any questions, what you guys want me to test out as far as the PS5 go. And you can see on the other side, I also have the Xbox Series X, and I got my Switch, so I got the perfect setup. I got the holy trinity of consoles, of next-gen consoles. So let me know down in the comments below on what you guys think about it. If you guys do have any questions or concerns, let me know. As far as everything will be down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so that you guys can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. As always, TechHD. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!